So yesterday in the UEFA Champions League, we saw a lot of matches that actually went down. We saw Real Madrid facing up against Kairat Almaty right there in what they call it, Kazakhstan to be precise. We saw Liverpool facing up against Galatasaray right there in Turkey, and Chelsea facing up against Benfica at the bridge. These are some of the matches that actually went down yesterday. I'd like to look at some of these matches in detail. Now, starting with Liverpool facing up against what they call them, Galatasaray right here in Turkey. We expected the usual Liverpool lineup of having a Mo Salah, but surprisingly, we saw that Mo Salah was not in the starting 11 yesterday. Who was actually playing his position? It was a Jeremy Frimpong. I was like, bro, what is going on in this Liverpool side? What is going on in the mind of Arne Slot in the first place? Because how will you have a Dominic Szoboszlai, you're playing him as a right full back, and you're playing the person that should be the original position of the right full back as what? A right wing forward. This was the questions that was going through my mind. And we saw the impact yesterday. They couldn't create from the right-hand side of what? The Liverpool attack. How can you be playing an attacker as your defender, playing a defender as your attacker? I was like, bro, what is going on here? And that was when something came to my mind. I was like, so this is how the Liverpool setup will be like in a situation whereby a Mo Salah is not available, maybe he's injured or he's actually out for the AFCON competition. Is this how the Arne Slot team will be set up facing up against other teams due to the absence of what? Mo Salah. Now we saw this lineup yesterday facing up against this Galatasaray side. We saw how they were struggling to create chances from that particular wing. And at the end of 90 minutes, they lost to this Galatasaray team. Courtesy the goal by Victor Osimhen, the 1-0 win. So we have to give credit where due to the Gala side. Liverpool tried all they could, and I was actually expecting that, okay, maybe the late hour, maybe around the 80 something or the 90 something minutes, as usual, this is Liverpool. They might choose to leave the win for the late minutes, and at the end, it didn't come through. Even with the introduction of what they call it, Alexander Isak, later on, Mo Salah was introduced, and they still couldn't grind out a result at the end of 90 minutes. This is what we actually have to look into, because the Liverpool team has gone 2 games straight in the space of 4 days, and they have lost 2. These are questions need to be asked to Arne Slot. What is the way forward to this particular performance of this Liverpool side? Now, let me address the one between Real Madrid and Kairat Almaty. Is there anything to talk about there? No. I said in my match preview prior to the kickstart of this particular match, I said that this will be a match where Real Madrid will just go and do what? Transfer aggression. Real Madrid is expected to transfer aggression against a team that did not do them anything. They lost over the weekend against an Atletico Madrid team by 5-2. So facing up against this kind of team, I don't expect anything less from the Madrid side. But what? Victory at the end of 90 minutes, and they did that. The only time we can come here to analyze this match is maybe Kairat Almaty actually create an upset by defeating this Real Madrid side. This is where we'll come out and say something. But there's nothing here to actually say. Now, going back to the match between Chelsea and what they call them, Benfica, right there at the bridge, we saw the Jose Felix Mourinho side playing their normal style of football, but they were more of an attacking side because they have to actually bring the game to Chelsea. Looking at the lineup by Enzo Maresca, kudos to him. You can say, okay, some of us might not agree with some of his choices in terms of what the starting 11. Some of the Chelsea fans were actually complaining, but he has actually grind out the necessary results. Now, the main concern here has to do with how or in what nature did this Chelsea team get the results? These are questions Chelsea fans need to ask themselves, because the goal to yesterday was an own goal. You can actually say, okay, you have won the match. It is an own goal. And again, we saw Japredo taking a red card. Now, in the space of 4 games, Chelsea has considered 3 red cards. What is actually going on with what? The Chelsea side? These are questions Chelsea team need to be asking themselves. You can tell me, bro, you did it. See, tell yourself the truth. How will your team play about four matches straight and they got 3 red cards? These are questions. Questions need to be asked. You understand? Banter aside, let's keep banter aside. What is the problem? Understand? This is football. What is the problem? What is the management doing? What is Enzo Maresca doing to actually overturn the situation? So, my people, let me know what you think about yesterday's matches, and what did you see in that particular match that actually surprised you? Let me know in the comments. Drop a like on this, please. Drop a like and hit the share button as usual. I don't